Hello, everybody. Welcome to the episode 51 of the Hrudai Chetan podcast. Today's guest is a true symbol of focus, discipline, and limitless human potential. He is not just a champion, he is a phenomenon. Introducing Vishvaa Rajakumar sir, a two-time world memory champion, the only athlete in history to win two world memory championships in the same year, honored by none other than Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi ji. Vishwa has brought pride to our nation with over 200 medals and trophies in the field of memory sports. In this episode, we deep dive into his journey, the mindset, the training, and the habits that made him one of the world's sharpest minds. Get ready to discover what it truly takes to unlock your brain's full power and think like a champion. Let's bring on Vishwas sir on screen. Hello, sir. Welcome to Hrudai Chetan podcast. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, sir. Thank you so much for being a part of this podcast. And so
Yeah,
let's begin. So you are two-time world champion in the same year. Congratulations for that, sir. Very happy to have you as an Indian and also in my podcast. So, we are going to
yeah,
learn
thank you.
something today, something new today about memory, about our mindset, brain. So, audience, get ready to boost your energy and your mindset because this podcast is going to be amazing and knowledgeable for you. So, tell me about your childhood, sir. How was it? And the favorite moment that you had.
Okay, so the favorite moment I had in the career
Yeah, in your childhood.
in my childhood. Okay, so I'm basically good at maths when I was young. I can do speed maths without any practice or something. I was like a bit, you can tell I was like faster like a calculator. And so I had some abilities in mathematics. And later I switched to memory sports when I was 13. When I was 13, I was trying to experiment some memory skills of mine and later discovered that I have a good memory and imagination. So later I came to know about memory sports and I started studying what is this sport and what is this about. And I didn't start my practice actually. So I started my practice only by age of 17. And after 17, I started participating in competitions. And right now it was already 5 years and I'm 22 now. So that's how it's going. And when you ask me my favorite moment in childhood, I cannot point out like a single thing, I would say, but there was many. Yeah.
Right. Amazing. So, for those hearing about you for the first time, who is Vishwa Rajkumar beyond the titles and medals?
I started participating in an online competition. So by the time I was not financially stable, so I just registered to play an online competition. I don't know my potential. I just started it as a hobby to let's compete and see what was going. And when I joined my first competition, I actually qualified through the competition. It was an international competition, and I was the youngest participant of it. But still, I qualified through it and went up to the quarterfinals, and that was. Really a good achievement, and people started appreciating me by the time. And I just got motivated by that, and I kept participating a lot of online competition. I just kept doing it. I liked it a lot. And later when the time came, I also started doing the offline events. As you know, we have to spend some we have to financially good to go through the offline competition, so it was a bit hard for me initially, but later I got used to it. And yeah, I told to myself we have to do this at any cost, and I just started doing it. And if you ask me how many competitions I did in these 4 to 5 years, it was around 40 to 50 competitions, including the online and offline. And yeah, I have won a lot of awards and medals. You can tell 200 plus medals already, so that was big. And yeah, right now, at this moment, I was in my participating in my 10th World Championship, which is happening online right now. So that's how it's going.
Wow, amazing. Congratulations, sir. All the very best for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, what were the biggest challenges you faced on the way to the world stage?
Biggest challenges. I would say the financial thing would be the biggest challenge for me. It is not that easy to participate in offline competition. Like when you're not when your family is not that stable in that, it is very difficult. But the later part, I just started doing some online classes, online sessions. I got some money out of it, and I also went through it. I got some sponsors in between, which is really good. And I also had some struggles like. I was studying college by the time. What happened, like the college didn't understand my sports and they didn't allow me to participate in much of the competitions. They pressurized me, but still I kept doing it. Some people even criticized me other than college. In my friend circle, my relative circle, you can say they criticized me that this is not good, this is not going to be and good. And even now, even now I can tell they're asking me to go for a job instead of doing this. But I won't be doing that. I just wanted to stick with my passion, and this is my passion, and this is what I will do. So that's how it's going. People will criticize you, people will demotivate you, but still you have to stick with your passion. Whether it is giving you the outcome or not, it doesn't matter. Whatever you like, just do that.
Amazing, beautiful, sir. So, be with your passion, follow your passion, and maybe we can keep and make it as passion into profession. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah. What do you want to say to these teenagers nowadays who are wanting to follow their passion but they're not able to?
okay. So if you cannot follow your like if you want to follow your passion but you are facing some struggles right now, what you can do like, is maybe you can do what you can do right now, like whatever it is possible for you to do, just keep doing. But maybe try to learn something out of your passion every day, even if it was less like 20 to 30 minutes per day. Just keep spending time on it. At some point you will get some opportunities to explore your talent, explore some opportunities. There's a lot of thing to do. So even let's say memory sports, when I discovered about this, when I mean about by age of 13, I was surprised like whether there is a sport like this. I just kept reading about this every day, like a few minutes. I just start searching everywhere every day, but I'm not into it. I was just a school student, but I'm not into it. So I was just exploring about that. And after 4 years, when I completed my school, I had a like a abundance of knowledge about that. But still, I didn't start my practice.
Mm,
Uh, by end of school, there was a national level competition happening in Bangalore. I asked my parents that I wanted to participate, but I didn't practice, so they didn't allow. So I just told to myself, this is not my time. Let's wait for some opportunities and let's wait for the space to go for it. And when I joined college, the opportunities aligned. The online competition, I started participating, I started practicing, then everything just came into spotlight. Like it just went well. Now I'm just sticking with my passion and I'm not doing other things a lot. So right now I'm doing memory sports a lot. So that's how it's going to be. When you like something, you should not give up. At least a part of your life, a part of your day, you should stick to it, and it will come.
mm, amazing. So, was there ever a moment where you thought of giving up? If yes, what pulled you back?
Yeah. I can tell. So as I said, my first online competition. So my first online competition, by the time there was a rule, it's not right now, but by the time there was a rule like that, you have to pay some amount. You have to pay some initial amount to play the qualifiers.
Right.
Once you clear the qualifiers, you will be getting through the competition. It was international competition, not easy to qualify actually, but I had the potential and abilities, so I have to play the qualifier, so I have to pay some money. So we can also pay like $1 or $2, it doesn't matter, but we have to do the international transfer. And I didn't have the international account or card, nothing. So I asked some of my friends, relatives, and a lot of people. They didn't help in the initial day.
mm,
Happened. I literally thought to give up. I just that was my start of my career. Just started 1 month of practice, and I literally thought to give up the sport.
mm,
Nobody is supporting me. Let's give up, and I just thought that thing. You know, I opened my laptop for the last time. I just thought, okay, this is my last practice game. After this, I'm going to quit. When I clicked the rated game, there was one of my Nepali friend who matchmaked with me. He asked, "Did you register for the competition?" I said I didn't, and people not supporting me. And he registered for me. He had the international transfer, so he registered for me. If he didn't do that day, I would have not continued my play. And very very grateful for it. And after that, after 2 to 3 years from that moment, you know, I have a OCD issue from a really young age. OCD issue is not just about perfection. I have some like imaginary issues, which normal people won't do have, but I was just having that from a young age. So it doesn't matter with memory sports, but still with that, it is hard to imagine and memorize.
mm.
Very difficult. But still, at a particular competition in the year 2024, I was in the winning position, and I don't know, suddenly, and I just started losing all the points. I just lost the game from a winning position just because I couldn't focus and there was some issue with me. And I just thought to myself, this is not going well. I should give up the sport. I just decided to give up. And what happened? Uh, after that competition, after that particular competition which I lost, there was another competition coming up the next month. I registered for it, and I just told to myself, okay, let's give up, but still, let's go for a chance. This is my last competition. After this, let's retire from the sport. That was my thought. I won that competition actually.
Wow,
That
amazing.
was a international slam. I won
Oh,
that. We may never know what life gives you after some days or tomorrow or whatever. So just go for it. And after that, you can say now almost 1.5 years from that moment. Now I won two world championships, and I'm going for the third title now. So I think, yeah, anything is possible. Anything is possible just for it, because when I started the sport, like when I was in school, I started studying this thing. When I look up the international athletes through online, their photos, their videos, their gameplay, their scores, that was amazing. Like my when I discovered the sport, my goal is to participate in the world championship at least once,
mm,
take photos with them, take selfies with them. That was my only goal. But now I have a better record than them.
wow, amazing. Beautiful. Congratulations. Very happy, proud to have you as a memory champion in India.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
how do you train your mind for the memory championship when you are about to give it?
Okay, so when there is not a competition, I won't train much, but still I will train like a few minutes a day or a few minutes per week. I don't train much like most of the top athletes. I just think about my strategies every day. I just think about my strategies, what we can apply in the future competitions. Think about my opponents, how to win the competition. I just think about that, but I won't practice. That was my strategy. I won't practice, but I just keep thinking about it. When the competition comes near, the strategies what I was thinking for months, I will try to practice it for
Mm,
a couple of weeks, maybe like 1 hour per day, 2 hours per day, probably for a couple of weeks. I just try to practice it, and whether it works, if it works, I just use the same in the competition. If it does not work, I will try to change my strategies. So the yeah the planning of strategies and practice was my thing before the competition, like 1 or 2 weeks. But when there is not a competition, I just don't practice.
mm. See, nowadays teenagers face difficulty in studying, memorizing chapters. Can you just give them one technique where they can use it and implement it, and also they can easily memorize it?
Okay, so one important technique in academics is, I would say, imagine and study. whatever you study, imagine and study, understand the concept. Understanding is first thing. Understand the concept, imagine and study. If there is a concept like which is very difficult to memorize, if it's coming to memorize, use the keywords, key points.
Mm,
If you use the key points very well, you can easily remember the thing. Like when I can tell, if I give you 10 words,
mm,
if I ask you to make a story out of it, you can easily make a story out of it.
mm,
It generally aligns. So likewise, if there is a big topic, if you start picking out the keywords out of it, you can reconstruct the concept easily. Just memorize those keywords.
mm. Amazing. So, audience, use this. Teenagers, if you're finding it difficult, use this technique called as, which is mentioned, like underline the
Yeah.
keywords and memorize those keywords, and you can frame stories from those keywords, right? It's very easy. Just try it out and let us know how it worked. So, what is the mindset difference between a normal learner and a world memory athlete?
Okay. Like you're telling about the studies, right? In academics part.
No, like normal learner and a world memory athlete, what's the main difference in
Okay,
general?
so in general. So a normal learner, I have seen some people in when I was studying in school or college. Most of the people don't imagine and study. They just do rote memorization. They just read the sentence. They just memorize it by heart it, and it doesn't work well. Just for grades. After grades, you're not learning anything when you're doing that. But when you actually consider me, I don't push for grades. Actually, I was just an average student in my college, but still I had like a better imaginary abilities, imagination, and I think whenever I study a concept, I understand it better. After understanding it, I visualize it how it aligns. So they used to conduct some aptitude classes in my college. I always perform the best in my class. I mean, whether anytime they ask a question, I was the first to answer. Like, I don't just give a chance for others to answer, because I was good at imagination. So when you generally practice to imagine and study, it generally develops better. But if you don't imagine and you just do rote memorization, even if you understand the concept and study, you have to imagine it. Without that, you cannot do better in studies.
Mm. So, is there an imagination method where they can also imagine in a right direction?
There is no imagination method. Just understand the concept. Imagine that. That's it. Like if, I can tell, if you're watching a movie. Let's say that you're watching a movie. The movie is running in front of you, and you're watching it. Let's say if I tell the story of the movie, the same movie, if I am telling you, you
Mm.
are imagining it, right? You are imagining it. Same thing. Just apply in studies. That's it. Simple.
Wow. So, what daily habits have made the biggest impact on your performance?
Daily habits in my competitive performance.
Yeah.
That's too bad, actually. I don't know whether I can tell or not. I don't sleep good. I have a different sleep schedule. Sometimes I just wake up the whole night. Sometimes practice in the night. Sometimes I just sleep from morning to afternoon. So everything is pretty bad for me, I can tell. But what the thing is, I'm not that crooked. I can tell. I'm just in a free way. I'm just free. I can do whatever I want. So that gives me that reduces my mental pressure, and I can do better performance in competitions. I just do what I want. Like that's it. No pressure for me.
Amazing. So, can you explain one memory technique that even beginners can start using it today?
Okay. Yeah, I can tell the story method, as I said.
Mm,
Like when you say the keywords, the story can be formed. So the story method is one better memory technique. That, like, you can tell the basic technique. You can start using it. Start building some stories out of some words or objects, whatever, and later you can reconstruct it, or you can remember it. Understand, right? Yeah.
right. Amazing. So, how many hours a day do you train your memory?
However, I don't train regularly. Let's say 1 week. In a span of 1 week, I might train like 1 or 2 days,
Mm,
each day 20 to 30 minutes. So you can consider 1 hour per week.
mm, yeah. So what is the most difficult memory event you have ever competed in?
Memory competition, difficult
Yes.
competition. Okay. The most difficult competition I have competed is the World Championship, which was hosted in Vietnam last month. That was pretty hard. I was about to get second position there, but somehow I got third by a technical issue. You know, there was a team of 45 athletes from Mongolia. Mongolia is the biggest and toughest country in the world in terms of memory sports. They train 10 to 12 hours a day. There was big team, and I beat them all except one girl, and I secured a higher position, and which was really amazing from my side because I don't have any coach. I don't train that much. Still, I just got that position. So it was the toughest competition for me. In terms of performance, I gave my best there. Like I gave my best, better than my training scores.
Mm,
But still, I couldn't win the title. So that could be my toughest competition. And after that, the online world championship, which is happening right now, I qualified to the final match right now. And I think which is also super tough because in the offline competitions you are doing marathon memorization, you are memorizing like a longer events, but in online it was a sprint kind of event. You have to memorize information very quick, so
mm,
both requires a different kind of abilities and mindset to think. So I think both are really harder in terms of their own format. I think
right. So how did it feel when the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji, honored you personally?
I mean, I couldn't believe that moment. When they invited me to the place where they had a meet, and I think they asked me to do a speech on stage, which is a span of like 25 minutes, and I spoke like 12 to 13 minutes in out of those 25 minutes. That was the requirement. They asked me to come up there, but all of a sudden, they asked us to stand in a line, wait for the prime minister to come. I was like, well, the prime minister is coming up there. I'm not, I don't know at the moment whether he was coming or not, because they didn't inform us before going up there. And it was really amazing when I saw him for the first time, because I remember like 6 years back, 6 to 7 years back, I think, there was a hospital near my home.
Mm,
There was a event happening there. Prime Minister was about to come there. So what happened? My father is a photographer.
mm,
The previous night of the event, my father have to go there and arrange the camera setup, everything. So he was going there, and the security guard is blocking me not to go inside. So they made me stand outside along with them. It was midnight, like 1 or 2 o'clock, and it was very dark. No one is there, and I was standing there. I was just a kid standing with them, and all of a sudden they said, "You should not even stand. You just go away." They just told me, and I just started walking. It was a dense place. I just started walking away. I felt that at the moment I felt, you guys. Literally asking me to go away as the prime minister is coming the next day. At some point, I will meet him and speak with him. I just thought to myself, and it actually happened.
mm. Amazing. Beautiful. You have won over 200 medals and trophies. Which achievement is closest to your heart and why?
Which achievement is the best? I think the first time I won the world championship in online was my best moment, because you're working hard to win competitions, and being world champion is the highest thing you can achieve in the memory sports. And when you're doing for the first time at that competition, I didn't even think I can win,
Mm,
but somehow the by the end I started performing really better, and I had some luck on my side also, and I won the competition. It was really amazing moment. I think, I mean, I can tell it was just completely weird. I was like, am I the world champion? I was at that moment. It just felt like that. And when I won the second time, it didn't feel that good because I was already the world champion. Now there was a good possibility that I'm going to be the third time champion in a row. As I said, the online competition which is happening, so there's a good chance. Let's see. But the first time was the best moment I can do.
Amazing. So, what mistakes do most students make while studying or memorizing?
Mistakes.
Like,
Okay, so you notice that in schools or colleges they give you revision time in schools in from morning to evening. People just sit and study, right? They just sit alone and study. There is no group study. There is no breaks in between. They just study. That's it. So one thing I just noticed and learned from memory sports is you have to do group studies. If you do group studies, you gain each other's knowledge actually, and it is better to perform. I mean, which brings out the better performance out of you when you do a group study. And I think that thing the school or colleges must do, and also the students should appeal for it. And another thing is have breaks in between. If you're studying for 20 minutes, let's have a break for 10 minutes. If you're studying for the next 20 minutes, let's have a break for 5 to 10 minutes. Break is necessary. When you don't take breaks, your performance would not be good actually. So take breaks. That is better.
mm, right. So, when you're not training, what do you enjoy doing?
I'm not training. I hear music. I hear music a lot, like 1 hour, 1 or 2 hours per day. I just hear music. I like it, and I play video games. That relaxes my mind a bit, and that's it. I just do these two things. Yeah,
So, do you ever switch off your brain or you are always analyzing and remembering things?
I always think about the sport. I mean, if we have to be the best in our sport, we have to completely get into it. Like if you think about Magnus Carlsen from chess, he said in an interview that he always think about chess. He always thinks about the gameplay and everything. He just whatever he do by side, he was thinking about a chessboard and imagining some positions and moves. So
Mm,
that's how you should be to get better in your sport. If you consider me, even if I don't train, like I can tell, I'll think about the sport like at least 9 to 10 hours a day. I
mm,
think about strategies. I think about what are the implementations we can do in future. What are the methods we can use in future? How to beat other opponents when you are playing an online competition? What are the conditions might favor me or degrade me in a other when I was going to other country for an offline competition? I just keep thinking about everything. Like every minute, I like to think. So that's how it should be to get better in your sport actually.
right. So, can anyone develop a world-class memory or is it only for gifted people?
I think 50-50, I will tell, because I possessed better imagination ability. I realized that along with that, with techniques, my performance was really high. So the natural talent plus techniques brought me to that stage. But still, I would say we may never know. As I said, we may never know what will come tomorrow. So don't care about the level of your imagination. Just start practicing. If you really wanted to do better, just start practicing. Learn new things. Try to correct the mistakes. Just analyze what are you doing right or wrong. I think at some point you will get better. I think that's the thing. But
Mm.
without practice, you cannot be the best. You have to do practice, whatever the situation is. You have to do practice to get better. Actually.
So, how should a student revise effectively to avoid forgetting after a few days?
You mean after a few days they're forgetting the information?
Yes,
Okay. So I'd say if you're studying something today,
right.
but you are revising it today, you're remembering it. You
Mm,
have to revise it the next day to keep it stronger, and after a week you have to revise it again to keep it even more stronger. And after a month you have to revise it again, and after 3 to 4 months you have to revise it again. So likewise, you have to keep a time span. Between those time span, you have to keep revising it, or otherwise it won't be sticky. You have to revise, but not every day, but you have to keep a time span like this, like tomorrow and after a week, after a month, after 3 months, you have to beat that. And also another thing, if you're using memory techniques, it is more easy to remember. You will not forget that easily the things. So along with the techniques, if you follow this time plan, it is more better actually.
So how
I
can
I follow this actually. When I study a concept, when I study a chapter or whatever, I just study them once. I just revise that once on the particular day. I don't revise it multiple times. I just study it. I just revise it, and I won't touch the chapter until the exam comes.
Mm,
When the exam is there, I just revise it twice. That's it. It would be easier for me to remember. So I think the techniques have a bigger role in this actually.
mm. So how can teenagers avoid distractions like mobile phones during studies?
We cannot avoid distraction actually. Distraction is common in everything, and it is necessary. Without distraction, you cannot focus actually. I mean, there have to be a distraction. What I do when I study, um, as I use memory techniques, I study fast generally, but I used to hear music. I just put on the earphones and I just hear music. While hearing music, I memorize. I mean, I study the concept, and that gives me some better brain activity. And after a few minutes, I take a break, and I just do the same thing. In the break of 5 minutes, I try to go through the Instagram. I try to go through the Facebook, or I play some games. That's common. There is nothing wrong in playing games or doing those things, but you have to do that in breaks. You know
Mm,
what I did? I remember this. Like 2 years back, I got retained in my college because I got a lower grade in a particular subject. The teacher doesn't know about me. He just made me retain in the college, and he just left other students to go home.
mm,
I was sitting there from morning to evening, and you know how many concepts I memorized? I just memorized 8 concepts, just eight. It is pretty average for a student to memorize from morning to evening, because I didn't take break. He just had me to sit up there, and he asked me to study, and that's how I did. But another subject, let's say another subject, on the same year, I was at home. I was hearing music. You know, uh, I just studied for 1 hour. In 1 hour, how many concepts do you think I would have memorized? Just 1 hour.
maybe 10.
21.
Oh,
You know what? As I'm good at memorizing, I understood the concept and memorized each of the concept within like 2 minutes. Each thing, which generally takes like 20 to 25 minutes for an average college student. I just did that in 2 minutes, and I took 1 minute break.
mm,
I refreshed my mind. On the next concept, I just took 2 minutes. I just took a 1 minute break. So I just kept doing the same process, like 2 minutes memorization and 1 minute break, 2 minutes memorization, 1 minute breaks, and just I just kept doing that. Within an hour, I memorized 21 concepts, which is the whole subject. Whole
wow,
subject, and that's how it works. When you don't take breaks, and when you're not in your comfortable space, you cannot reach the best of your brain activity. So break is totally necessary, I think.
amazing. So in the break that you take, you can enjoy your free time, meaning you can do whatever you wish to do, which relaxes your mind. That's what you mean, right?
Yeah, yeah. It refreshes the mind actually.
Mm. So, what is the easiest memory trick a teenager can start?
Yeah, the story method, which I said, which is the easiest trick, and I think many people would have did that without even knowing. I mean, yeah, most of the people at least would have did that, like making the story out of it without even knowing that it was a memory technique. So
Mm,
that's the same thing happened with me. When I was in school, I made up the story for many things and I memorized, and I don't even know that was a really top class technique, and that's how I discovered the sport. And so I think. Yeah, that's the basic technique one can start, and if they're good at it, they can just progress to other techniques.
And you're also a self-trained memory champion.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing. So, does watching too much mobile affect your memory power?
I'm not sure actually. I watch mobile a lot, and in the free time I just watch mobile a lot. I don't think actually, I'm not sure about that, but there may be studies or something that it might affect. But I watch mobile a lot.
Hmm.
I think
Right. So, how can I study when my mind keeps thinking of something else?
something else. Uh, you have to keep your mind focused by some other things. I can tell an example to you. Let's say you are in school. You have to study your whole day today,
Mhm.
and it's kind of boring. But if you have something happy to do by the evening, let's say you're going to a cinema by evening with your family, you can think about that, and you'll feel something positive in you, positive in by self you, and you'll try to study better in the whole day. And once you finish the school, you will go to the cinema very happily. So that's kind of a reward you have. Like, I'm going to study the whole day, I'm just going to the theater today or beach, whatever it is, or going to play games with your friends by evening, or going to go outside to play something. So whatever you consider, when you have reward for something, your performance will get better. Without reward, no one is going to perform better, as you know. Like, when I won the world championship, it gave me a lot of rewards. The I mean, the meet with the prime minister, which happened just because of the world championship, and I know something better will happen when I win. I won and I got the thing, and that's all because the reward what I'm going to get when I win.
Mm,
If there is no reward, I'm not going to work hard on it. I'm not going to do anything about that.
mm.
So I think we have to have some things like that.
So while we are studying, we need to keep our mind prepared by saying, after a study, I will go for a walk or I'll treat myself ice cream so that our thinking of something else will reduce.
Yeah, yeah,
So what should I do if I feel sleepy while studying?
yeah. I think if you feel sleepy, you just have to sleep. Nothing else you can do. And because uh, I can tell, if you're preparing your concepts, and if you're studying your things in the earlier part, you don't have to study the same concepts again by the end. I mean, before exams when you feel sleepy. So you have to get prepared in the earlier stage to avoid these things. When you prepare the later part, for sure you'll get sleep, and you cannot do anything by the time. So I think getting prepared in the earlier part would be better. So I mean, you can have a better sleep later.
So how do I improve my memory for subjects I find boring?
Mm. Yeah. When you find subjects that you get bored, try to make it fun actually. When you study history, you get bored, right? There's nothing to do with history, like studying about other people. It's really kind of boring. Like, no, no, I mean, I never witnessed anyone tell that I like history or something. So it's kind of boring. But you watch Bahubali movie, right? You liked it,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Which is a fictional story, but it's all about like a historical fictional story.
Mm,
But people watch it just because it is fun. So same thing, when you don't like a subject, just make it more fun. Make it more fun. It would be like really fun to study, and you won't get bored actually. And I think more than students, the teachers have to learn these techniques to make students in a better way. The teachers, they don't just teach what is in the syllabus or in the textbook. They have to learn how to teach actually.
mm.
I think they have to learn that.
How can I reduce exam fear and stay confident?
Exam fear. You should not fear about anything. Like, if you're going to get bad grades, it's just bad grades. There's nothing to do with your life with bad grades. Like, I got bad grades, I got good grades, it didn't have any impact on my life. There's nothing to do about it. So you studied something, you're confident in it. you just deliver it, nothing else. Like if you consider, I got first rank in my class in my college a few times, and I also got the last rank few times. I remember it. So I mean, I purposely did that, but still, I mean, there's nothing to do with it. When I got the last rank, nothing happened. When I got the first rank, nothing happened. So there's no pressure about it. You're by end of the day, you're learning something new when you try to study a concept. So try to study it. Don't panic about the exam. You're just going to deliver what you studied, and there's nothing going to happen. That's it. It's just an exam.
What future goals or championships are you aiming for next?
Future goals. Okay, my goal is to win as many world championship as possible before I get retired. So the highest record for winning the world championship is 8, which is not in this era, but it was happened like 30 years back by a British competitor. But by the time the competence was a bit less, right, when you compare now. So I think getting the world championship 8 times now, which is like too much actually. But I think that would be my goal to break that record. Right now, I have two, and I'm going for three now, and a few more times to go.
Right. So, what legacy do you want to leave for young Indians who look up to you?
Legacy. I just wanted to be like a person who never gives up, even in a bad situation. I mean, just going for the fight, and I don't want people. I mean, I can tell. I wanted to be humble actually. I never wanted to be arrogant in my sport. Even if I win or lose, I just don't want to be arrogant. I just want to teach people that stay humble at any time, because being arrogant is good at times. Like you can win competitions, but it doesn't last long. It's just a temporary thing. At some point, you're going to get a downfall for sure. So just being humble. If you're being humble, even if you win or lose, it doesn't matter. People will still appreciate you. So that one thing I want to teach people, and how to take this forward. And yeah.
What is the message that you would want to give the young teenagers
Teenagers based on what?
based on like life?
Based on life. Yeah, stick with your passion. If you're winning at something, stay humble. Try to progress it better. If you're failing at something, doesn't need to worry about that. Just try to analyze what mistakes you did in that, and try to correct it next time. That's it. Correcting mistakes is the part of the journey. You have to keep doing it. If you don't correct the mistakes, if you keep worrying about the lows, you're not going to improve anyway. So just try to analyze what mistakes you did, and improve it next time, and everything will be better. We'll just keep improving it every day. I think that's one thing we have to do. It will end up better for sure.
Wow, thank you so much. So, when we come to the last part of this episode, that will be rapid fire questions, one round. So, are you excited for this, sir?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, great. So, let's go for it. One memory trick everyone must know.
One memory trick everyone must know. I think the story method, I would say still, because when you're trying to learn the chess game, people will have to learn the moves initially, right?
Hmm.
So in chess, I mean, like in chess, we have to learn the moves. Likewise, in memory sports, if you are going to learn how to memorize faster, the story method is the basic thing. You have to know how to build up stories and make connectivities. That's one thing you have to be good at to get better at this sport. So that's the baseline, and I think that's everyone have to know. Like if they have to get better at memory, that's the best thing they have to learn for sure.
Short-term memory or long-term memory, which is harder?
um I think long-term memory is harder, but which can be made better with techniques and associations. Short-term memory is also harder, depends upon what speed we are going at. I think that's yeah, because I can tell in competitions and the long-term memorization. Let's say there was an event called hour numbers where we have to memorize more numbers within an hour. The world record is more than 4,500 numbers. Like there was a one girl from North Korea. She memorized 4,500 numbers in within an hour, which is not possible for a human brain. That is literally too much. But which they made better with the techniques. And when it's coming to the short-term memory, the world record for memorizing 80 digits, just 80 digits. You know Alex Muller, right, from USA? He memorized the 80 digits in 11 seconds.
Oh,
So both depends upon what kind of techniques you use. And when you use techniques, you can generally get better about that.
right. So fast memorization or accurate memorization, what's more important?
I think being accurate is good actually.
Mm. The one thing that instantly boosts memory.
One thing that instantly boosts memory. Positivity, like focus.
Your favorite memory event to compete in.
The world championship for sure.
Notes or mind maps, what works better?
Mind maps for sure.
Morning study or night study?
Depends actually.
One subject you found easiest to memorize.
Mm, I mean, I can memorize the topics generally easier, so I don't find the easier one actually.
Best way to remember formulas? Yes or no stories.
Yeah, with stories I can remember easily.
Right. One subject you found toughest to memorize.
Um, the mathematics when there was when I was I can understand, but still after understanding you have to memorize the formulas, the methods. That was a bit hard, but yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, sir, for this amazing views, opinions of yours. It was an amazing to have you on the Hrudai Chetan Show podcast. What is your last message that you would want to give me and the audience?
Mm. Yeah. So like if I have to give about the memory sports, I would say people to try memory sports at least once. It is really nice to try actually. It brings out the better memory from you, even if you, I mean, even the thing you don't know about you, you will never know how better your memory is. So maybe try memory sports at least once in a way that try to learn techniques. I mean, how people like 8 out of 10 people know how to play chess. They just know chess, and the people who are better at it get to higher level. So the same thing, try to learn basic techniques, and if they are better at it, you can come into the sports. But if you're not better, you can still learn the techniques and use it in a day-to-day life. I think that would I say.
Amazing. So use this technique of memory because you are here with a purpose in life. To fulfill that, you need to have your mindset, brain, and memory working. Make sure you use everything that you can because you are unstoppable in life. You can do everything and anything which is here on this planet. So use it and implement it. And if you have any doubts that you would want to ask about memory, go ahead in the comment box and just put your questions there. We will be happy to answer that for you. And also give us your feedback. How did you feel, and what are the learnings, takeaways that you would want to take from this podcast, right, about memory? And share this at least to one person so that you make a difference in someone else's life, how we made a difference in your life today. So, looking forward to have you in my next episode. Till then, take care and bye. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.